Hi, my name is Jack Trujillo and I am an illustrator. Welcome to my studio space. Today we're going to be painting over this little statue I found at the thrift store. I got it for like $1.30 and I think there's a lot we can do with this guy. So at first I wanted to do a clown redesign, then I realized that just wasn't the direction I wanted to go with the shape of his hat. So instead I want to do a Strawberry Shortcake repaint. She's had quite a few redesigns in her time, so I think that'll give us a lot of flexibility with what we can do with this character and still keep the Strawberry Shortcake essence and just really utilize the clothing that this character already has on. Strawberry Shortcake is just one of my favorite characters. I've drawn her before and I just really like working with her. She's just, something about her is just really fun, so I think that she's perfect for this project. So one of the first things that I like to do is just do some planning, and so I just drew him out for us next to my Babylon 5 sketches. It gives me an idea of what I actually want to do, and planning just always helps me personally, so that's the first thing that I do. It's going to be helpful for me to just decide what colors we're going to use. I like to pre-mix my colors when I paint. It just gives me more of an illustrative look when I do that. I'm ready to get started, so let's go. Okay, we're gonna take a quick peek at my computer screen. So I like to make mood boards before I get started as well. It's just another step of planning and visual research. This is something that I picked up from college. I had so many professors suggesting to me that I make mood boards before I work, and honestly, it's a really helpful tool. It just, like I said, it's a visual research. It just gives me an idea of what I want my work to look like. I chose some Strawberry Shortcake designs that I like, as well as really cute patterned clothing from these child models that I thought I want to integrate somewhere. Planning out my work a little bit meticulously like this might take me a little bit more time, but in the end, I always feel like it's so worth it. This might be really simple, but for me, it's just very helpful and always part of my creative process. Alright, I'm ready to get started. I'm actually not sure how well this is going to age, so I'm really just going to use whatever acrylic. I'm not going to spend time and money using my best acrylics. Although I've painted on my own clay sculptures, I've never painted on a found object like this. Well, except that. For the most part, I haven't. So this is really experimental and something fun and new for me. So what I'm doing here is just covering him in a base white, just so that colors will lay pretty neutrally on him. There's some really nice blues and browns on him that I think will disturb some of the more pastel colors I'm planning on using. Something that I'm noticing already is by overpainting certain parts of this character's hair, I'm actually deciding what it looks like. So I thought that maybe I would have been restricted by what the manufacturer decided with how they carved their hair, but by overpainting, I'm giving the illusion of the hair being bigger than it actually is on this figure. So you can kind of see that where I'm overpainting onto his face. To make the skin color, I used the primary colors in different parts. To make it look a little bit warmer, I decided to use cadmium yellow and magenta red just to give it a warmer look. And the blue, I used a colder blue just to really cool it down when I thought it was too warm, and also to neutralize the colors. Now that I've mixed the pink, I'm going to also start applying this to the hat. Isn't that gorgeous? So really quickly, I decided that I actually didn't like the pattern on the jacket and then the pink pants, solid pink. So this is part of why, to me, planning is so important, so I can look at things first and decide, oh, it's not how I want it to look, instead of painting it on, then having to restart or paint over it. So instead, I'm going to do a solid jacket and patterned pants. camera on, but I've been starting to really make my way through this, add some more colors, fill in some spaces, and like I was saying about the hair, I can really have some freedom to shape it. Now I'm going to start painting these strawberry details onto her hat, and I'm just using the same color that I used for the jacket. Alright, look at that, very effective. And if you haven't noticed already, I'm a very messy painter, just how I am. This little part of the statue, I decided I'm going to transform into a basket with like a little picnic blanket on it. Hopefully to just really put plaid somewhere other than just the pants, just because I thought it would look nice. So I just messed that up. My lines are a little crooked. I'm just going to remix that yellow and try again. Right now, what I currently have is looking a little too flat for me, so I went ahead and I mixed like a bluish purple and very transparent layers. I'm going to use it as a shadow to really add some dimension to this little guy. I'm going to be doing this with water. That's how I'm going to be thinning my acrylic, which isn't the best way to do it. What I currently have to thin acrylic is very shiny. It has a shiny look to it afterwards, so I'm going to use water and just seal it afterwards so that the acrylic doesn't break down with aging. Oh, hi. Okay, so this is Hobbs and we're going to see if he behaves. I don't think he's going to. No? Okay. And he wants to stick his tail into paint, just like always. This is pretty subtle, but I do think it's adding some of the depth that I was wanting. I think I applied it a little bit too opaquely around the face, but I think it'll be okay. Now I'm covering up my messed up plaid. I realized I forgot to give her eyebrows, so we're gonna do that now. I want to do it pretty subtly. I'm going to give her really thin eyebrows. We're back in the 90s. We'll see how these eyebrows go. And beautiful eyebrows. She has eyebrows now. And beautiful once again. Awesome. It's pretty subtle, but now she has eyebrows, which looks very nice. Not as spooky. Okay, we're going to try again with this plaid. We're going to start from the bottom this time. Hope that helps. And there we go. I did it. That's the way. One of my favorite attempts at a Strawberry Shortcake redesign was probably the 2003 version, only because they were really putting her in a bunch of very modern clothing, and it really worked. I think that they were really creative with what they did with it. I think if I remember correctly, she had like a sweater tied around her waist, was like totally the style back then. And I think it's just a really modern, at the time, take at what Strawberry Shortcake would look like. And I think my favorite thing is that she's dressed like a kid. It's just a realistic fashion, and I really like the attempt at it. And I also liked that they basically kept the integrity of her hair. It's still very curly and short, which is why I decided this little guy could be a Strawberry Shortcake. With some modern fashion, of course. That 2000 Strawberry Shortcake is honestly my inspiration for choosing to make this figure a Strawberry Shortcake. Just because this like loose fitting clothing that on the figurine was supposed to be for a boy and was very boyish, I thought like these kind of jeans and like how they sulk over the shoes just looks like those jeans that everyone would step on while they were walking. And it's like perfect. This is a perfect figure for Strawberry Shortcake, as well as the hat. Originally I was talking about doing a clown figure, but I thought the hat looked a little bit too much like a straw hat, or just didn't have any clown essence in it. although I think his face would look very cute as a clown. We are going with Strawberry Shortcake. Picked up some of that yellow on accident. I think it's finally starting to look like a Strawberry Shortcake, and I also think that the little dots on the hat really help. I plan on adding a ribbon and then also adding just a very subtle green to the dots on the hat. Okay, actually these pants are looking a little clownish. It's okay. I honestly really like, and look at that. That's looking great. Oh, well, if that isn't a Strawberry Shortcake. I'm painting the stand green to give an indication of a plane of grass. I think one more thing I wanted to do was also give indication of a basket. I want people to know that she's holding a basket. So once again, mixing in all my neutral colors because this color is going to be a lot more neutral, and then adding in, bringing it back to the color I actually want it to be. That's just what works for me. Sometimes the opposite. Depends on the color. And for this one, I'm going to stagger the, I guess, horizontal lines just to give it more of that basket kind of look. Hope it works. This would be fun to do as a series, like the Strawberry Shortcake kids, all of her friends. Like, I'd love to do Orange Blossom next, or just doing a bunch of Strawberry Shortcakes. Isn't she a beaut? The little original character was holding a little paintbrush or something. Obviously she isn't, so I'm going to basically cover it up like I was saying I was doing with the hair, where if I painted over it or over painted, kind of would disappear into the 3D form. So just to show what I'm talking about, here is the little strawberry. And here's my finished project. You can see the turnaround right here and some details of my paint job. I'm really happy with how the Strawberry Shortcake turned out. I think that's really cute and actually pretty convincing as a redesign. Thank you for joining me at my studio today. All music credit goes to Louis Zong. Thank you.